Okay.
Hi, welcome. Hi, my name is Steve. I'm from First Aid and CPR, and this is Pet First Aid and Pet CPR training. This class, we're actually going to be teaching you how to do CPR on your pet. So we don't go by breed, we actually go by weight, over 30 pounds and under 30 pounds. So we're going to start off first with the dog, which is over 30 pounds. Whenever possible, you're going to approach from behind and make some noise. See if there's any response to the noise. If there's no response, we're going to approach from behind, because it's the furthest part. In the event that the dog is responsive, we don't want it to reach back and bite us. So by touching, you're going to feel if there's any response, you're going to feel for breathing. If there's no breathing, you're then going to open the mouth and look inside. We're looking to see if there's an object in there, maybe a bone or a stick. If there's nothing there, we need to open their airway, so when we do breathe in, we can get that air into their lungs. To open their airway, all we do is pull out their tongue, because it's their tongue that's going to actually fall back and block the airway. When we breathe in, we cover our mouth over their snout, over their nose, to breathe in. Now, because the nose and the mouth are connected, we need to close the mouth in order to breathe in to see that chest rise. When we give our breaths, we give 2 breaths. Just enough air to see that chest rise. Once that chest rises, the next thing we need to do is check for a pulse. We check for the pulse at the femoral artery. It's under the hind leg. If you feel pulse, but the animal, the dog, is not breathing, we actually give 1 breath every 5 seconds. You're going to stay close to the head. So this way, you want to look to see as that chest rises. We give 1 breath every 5 seconds. After about a minute, we're going to check for a pulse again. If there's no pulse, we need to start CPR. To perform CPR, where the elbow meets the chest wall, we're going to place the palm of our hand on the chest with your other hand on top of that. You can interlace your fingers or pull your fingers back, whatever you find comfortable. We want to be behind them, over 30 pounds, and the animal needs to be laying on their right side because the heart is on the left. We push down at a depth of 1 inch to 3 inches on their chest, and we push at a rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. After your 30 compressions, we give our 2 breaths. And we continue CPR by giving our 30 compressions and 2 breaths, 28, 29, 30. After about 2 minutes, we can check for a pulse again. If he does not have a pulse and he's not breathing, we continue CPR. If he does have a pulse but he's not breathing, we go back to our rescue breaths of 1 breath every 5 seconds. And if he has a pulse and breathing, we are going to now take him to the vet. For animals under 30 pounds, same thing. Whenever possible, you want to make some sound, approach from the back side and work your way up. The animal needs to be laying on their right side, again with the heart being on the left. You're going to open the mouth and look inside. Again, if you can see the object, you will pull it out. In this case, there's nothing there. We will pull out his tongue. And because the under 30 pounder, if he doesn't have a big snout or no snout at all, in this situation, we're going to be breathing in through his nose and mouth. In this case, with the cat, we're going to breathe into the nose and the mouth. When we give our 2 breaths, you then check for a pulse. Just like we did on the dog, we check under the hind leg. In this case, he does not have a pulse. We need to start CPR. Now, under 30 pounds, we stand in front of them, whereas over 30 pounds, we stood behind. Under 30 pounds, we're going to place 1 hand underneath. This hand is strictly a support. The other hand comes on top of that. Again, where the elbow meets the chest wall, and all we're going to push down is 1/2 to 1 inch on their chest, depending on the size. The hand underneath is strictly a support. So this way you know exactly how deep you're actually going on the chest. 28, 29, 30, and 2 breaths. And then back to the chest. 3, 4, 5, 28, 29, 30, and 2 breaths. Again, you will continue this for at least 2 minutes, checking for a pulse. If there's no pulse, we continue CPR. If he has a pulse but not breathing, we give 1 rescue breath every 5 seconds. And if he does have a pulse and is breathing, we are going to take our family pet to the vet. So does anybody have any questions? Thank you.